As a freshman, I was a part of the first class to receive iPads, and that was an amazing experience. It was great watching from as a freshman, seeing my professors and my classmates use the iPads just a little bit to now it being an integral part of our education. Having the chance to further my technological intelligence, it's made me more aware that I am interested in STEM education as far as technology. I'm also interested in building smart cities and smart transportation systems. It has made me realize that technology is really a big part of who I am, and I'm excited to see where it takes me.
By focusing on the general education core, we've designed a system to be able to affect every single student in the institution. Our goal is that we redesign learning so that we're focusing on the learners that sit in front of us today rather than the learners that may have been in front of us 30 years ago. The combination of transitioning the C.F. Moore building along with the H.T. Sampson Library is all focused on the learning environment and how are we producing a learning environment that is incentivizing the kinds of learning behaviors that we want to see happen. In the H.T. Sampson Library, we've taken 3 spaces to really begin to examine how we redesign the curriculum. First, in Innovate, we have a Center for the Creation and Dissemination of Digital Content. What we're able to do is to redesign the curriculum and produce it as digital content.
When I came to JSU, we were engaging a major digital humanities initiative that digitized about 35,000 documents in the Margaret Walker Personal Papers and made them available for free to scholars and students throughout the world. And to see our students be able to engage 21st century learning methods, to see them being able to use and have access to technology that they might not otherwise have, has been a wonderful thing. And to see our faculty, who may have been reared in a style of pedagogy that was 20th century based, all of a sudden they're all engaging 21st century teaching methods. And that has been a wonderful, really kind of revolution here to see at Jackson State.
In Create, we take that new digital content and we begin to look at assessment. And what we're doing is building in project-based learning for students. How are students using information to create new answers to the thorny problems of the 21st century? And in Engage, we take the process of learning and we make it active so that we want students to learn by doing. We want learning to be hands-on, and we want students to begin to manipulate their own learning.
As long as you utilize the space, then you will definitely grow. There's just so many things you can do inside the Create Center. We usually use one of the cubicles over here, mainly the one in the back with the big whiteboards, so we can all see what is going on, so we can write equations or problems that we're working on. Well, I'm really looking forward to using the 3D printers in the new Engage Center. I can envision myself building a bridge, even building a city. The sky's the limit.
I'm Andrew Willis, senior entrepreneurship major. I coordinated the Tiger Tank business plan competition where we were able to use our 3D printers to turn our ideas into reality. Once you're immersed in, like this 3D lab and being able to use different kinds of software, applying it to a business, trying to create a business model. It's not just me learning out of a textbook or seeing it on a board and trying to memorize some facts. It's me actually applying it and using this to create something that's actually going to help other people.
The Tiger Tank competition was a great experience, to be honest. Having 7 days to basically create something out of nothing. This place really harnesses the energy of just creating. Where I like to try to make an impact is through education. In education, through the virtual reality goggles that was printed here overnight. What it's going to do is basically make education more interactive, and it's going to make it virtual for the people who can't be in the classroom. I'm just honored to be one of the first to actually lead an example for other students who are coming and hopefully other universities to adopt this.
I handled the engineering side of the program. I did a lot of the designing. The idea of the clean straw pretty much evolved. I felt like it was the evolution of the straw. We can pretty much help solve the problem of lead and pathogens in just regular drinking water. Maybe if we could actually transport clean straws or filtering straws, we can actually ship multiple packages, a lighter load, which can be cheaper for transporting and importing. Yeah, I feel very lucky. I don't think I would have been given this opportunity in any other school that I would have attended. I think Jackson State has helped me. They're giving me something that I can put on my resume, for sure.
What you have done here in creating this learning ecosystem and making it a reality. It's something that distinguishes Jackson State University from the 4,000 plus other institutions of higher education in this country.
This has been a 3-year journey, thanks to the determination and hard work of our leader, who has always said, don't dream small. She said, don't go halfway. Always pushing to say, push the envelope, do the very biggest that you can.
This initiative is very significant to us. It allows our students to think out of the box and engage using the various technologies that are available through this initiative to talk about their businesses, to embrace their businesses, to get assistance with their businesses, and to just think out of the box with those businesses. All across the nation now, they're putting more focus on making spaces available for our students with their independent learning.
And all of these activities have helped us to know that we really have a story to tell on student success, on retention, how you keep students engaged, and how you ensure that students realize their goal.
In CF Moore, we've looked at classroom spaces and what does it look like in order to engage in an active learning and collaborative learning situation.
I had my first class in CF Moore, and the desks were kind of wobbly, and the new building with the swiveling chairs, it really creates an environment where we can all work together and bounce ideas off of one another. We can see our professors, and we're able to have an open communication about the subjects at hand.
When we redeveloped and redesigned the PAC, which stands for the Professional Advising Center, we decided that we would use furniture and spaces to ensure that we have this type of interaction and relationship building environment.
We meet the needs of all incoming students, and it's important for them to have an environment that is conducive for learning, where they feel that their thoughts and their ideas are important in the teaching and learning process.
The 21st century learning outcomes are actually building a different kind of learner for the 21st century, a new student who is able to use information in new ways to create new knowledge. And what we found is that this whole world of ubiquitous information is now available to every student and to every faculty member in our institution. We're moving from an information deficit model to now an information surplus model. We reassess and reimagine the curriculum and build new digital concepts. In Innovate, and we're creating new learning environments that focus on that instead of focusing on the information deficit model. Yeah, we'll get it. Yeah, we'll pull it all together. Yes, the goal has been. Yes, the goal has been why don't we just go back through them one more time? Okay. Just to give us a second shot, because I stumbled over a couple things, and there'll probably be some things that we want to splice together out of that. We've seen that faculty are now saying that students have gained skills that the work world will. I got it. We've seen that faculty are saying that students have gained skills that will be greatly appreciated by the work world.
Anything you want to add?
I think that's it. Yeah. Cool. Yep.